Life is not rehearsal, it's the real deal. You're not auditioning for a part, but you are doing your part. You are being your part. And the reasons why I say this is because there's no need to try to be your best. Just be your best. Because your standards are going to be different from other people's standards. And what I mean is, just because you don't make another person happy does not mean you're not doing the right thing. It's important to do what makes you happy. Because when you're happy, you can make other people happy. And conversely, on the flip side, when you're not happy, you can make other people very unhappy. So it's just important to work on you versus trying to please other people, because it doesn't work. You'll find yourself so depleted of energy, and you'll beat yourself black and blue. But just like Eleanor Roosevelt said, you can't feel inferior without giving them your consent. I repeat, you can't feel inferior unless you give them your consent. And I'm paraphrasing that quote. So basically what I'm saying is, you really can't. It's so easy to blame other people for your struggles. But no matter where you go, you're going to have to face it. And you face it by allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Allowing yourself to be hurt and admitting, or rather identifying, what the issues are. And it doesn't matter how old you are, there are some very invaluable lessons to learn on your journey. You know, this gradual journey to spiritual enlightenment. And what I love most about enlightenment is the fact that it's spiritually and otherwise. And to transmute negativity into love and light and all that is positive includes doing yourself a justice and trying not to worry as much about other people, or, how good you think you're doing according to their standards. Because for one, good is relative, and for two, only you can assess how good you're doing. Which sounds counterintuitive at first, but to be honest, you know how much progress you've been making, even if no one else sees that. Even if you don't get a trophy, even if you're not recognized for how much you've accomplished. Recognize yourself. Embrace yourself. Step into your love and light. Be a light worker. Be who you were meant to be. Again, it's not about trying your best or feeling your best. It's okay to be either one of those things. But at the end of the day, it's all about being your best. And if no one has ever told you, you are worthy. You are deserving of a long, happy, and prosperous life. And even if it doesn't feel like it, you definitely belong in the land of the living. And not just living, not just surviving, but thriving. You deserve to thrive. You deserve equal treatment. You deserve healthy, normal, validating relationships. And you deserve all that is positively serving. You have not done anything to deserve anything less than. And I just want to say that if you feel alone, just remember that we're all alone together. Alone together, meaning we are in this together even if we are not in a close physical proximity. And one lesson that I've learned on my journey is that no matter what you do, someone is always going to have a negative retort. Someone is always going to try to chip away at your confidence or kill your spirit. The truth is, life isn't meant to break you. Life is meant to build your character. And when you build up an awareness of who you are, your strengths and your weaknesses, and what you will or will not allow, that is when you can heal and transmute the darkness to hatred and the bigotry into love, light, peace, and enlightenment. You have to let yourself be naked, emotionally, so to speak. You have to get real with yourself. You do yourself no good by masking your wounds. Allow yourself to sport your wounds, to sport your scars, to sport your trauma. Not because it's a trophy, but because there's nothing to be ashamed about. There's everything to be enlightened about when you embrace what has happened to you, because no one can deal with your life as greatly as you can. I'll repeat, no one, and I mean no one, can deal with your life as greatly as you can. It's all you. It's all your move. As long as you are making progress every day, as long as you are identifying what needs to improve, as long as you are embracing what you already do right, you have nothing to lose, yet everything to gain. And there's this whole concept about meditation that tells you to be present in the moment, to not ruminate over the past, nor worry about the future, but to celebrate the moment, live for it, be present, become one with your subconscious body, so to speak. And the thing is, meditation is not just a session, it's a lifestyle. The same thing for wealth, abundance, and prosperity. It's not just a check, it's not just an account, it's not just a person you're clinging to. It's a lifestyle. Same thing for a job. We typically think that the job is just when we're working. But your job is a lifestyle. What I mean is, you working on yourself, your development, and your personal growth. That is your full-time job. That is 24/7, 365. That's number one priority. It's not about people pleasing or it's not even about being selfish. It's about finding a balance between yourself and other people. And when you put yourself first, you role model to others what they should do for themselves. There's always going to be another person who disappoints you. At the end of the day, the reason you keep experiencing the same things over and over is because you have something else to learn about it. Everything is a lesson and it's worth learning. It's less about the other people and it's more about you. You being rock solid. It's always been about you. It's always been about your journey to self-actualization. All the things that you're seeking in your life, you already have it. It's already there. It's already present. It's just a matter of cultivating that. And even when you're dealing with people who you feel have wronged you, it is important to forgive them, to consider their trauma, and to understand what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with. Consider the source. Every experience is an opportunity to learn, grow, develop, and mature. The best part about it is, you probably don't even recognize how great you truly are. Your true nature is of the fifth dimension or higher. It's blissful, it's harmonious, and it's synchronized with your soul's purpose. And if there's anything that you love or fills you with love, I would like to encourage you to continue to do it. I would love to encourage you to do what brings you to life. Be passionate. Be all that you seek. Be your best. Even if you don't feel like you're your best, take baby steps. Take baby steps. If you can't walk, crawl. Any movement in the right direction is success. You are successful for trying. You are unsuccessful for not trying. And this has nothing to do with trying to be your best. You are your best when you put forth an effort to improve. You are trying to be your best when you feel like you have something to prove. Yeah. When someone says, I'm trying, they're not trying for themselves. They're trying to please another. They're trying to please someone they may never be able to fully please. So that's why it's important to be your best. Because you do not compete around. You do not compete with others. You compete within yourself, being your best. If you're looking at someone else as the standard to how well you should be doing, you're never going to reach it. You're never going to be another person's best. Nor is another person going to be your best. Likewise, well, on the other hand, rather, when you... Okay, this is what I mean. It's a matter of you being your best and the other person being their best. Other people are just a reminder of you. It could be who you are or who you aren't, what you want, what you don't want, what you like, what you don't like. It can be that simple. But at the same time, other people can be a reflection of how you self-sabotage yourself. Any problem you have with other people is a problem you have with yourself. Then again, it's not your fault. None of it is your fault. It's just easy to get caught up in the experience. It's easy to get lost in translation. But the great news is, not all wanderers are lost. You think you're in a forest in the middle of nowhere trying to find your crew. But in actuality, you're just trying to find yourself and see how much you can withstand. You're a diamond in the rough, so to speak. And you think you're finding yourself, which you are to a great extent, but really, you're just rediscovering who you really are. You're excavating an ancient truth that you have long forgotten. You're excavating it. It's coming up to the surface. But first, what you see is what you aren't. You see old thought patterns. You see old habits. You see old behaviors. But that's just the ego. Yes, you are very valid. You're very important. You're special because you're here. You being born is a testament to how worthy and invaluable you truly are. It's a testament. It's a sign that you have a very meaningful purpose to fulfill. And oftentimes we feel depressed. We feel out of alignment. We feel like everything is going to hell in a handbasket. Because deep down we know that we're not being our best. Because when you are your best, that's when you can say goodbye to the depression, the anxiety, the stress, the anger, the grief, the frustration, and so on and so forth. It's when we get out of alignment with our highest selves that we experience this existential crisis. But on the other side of the existential crisis is spiritual awakening, enlightenment, and illumination. And as a person who has gone through the dark night of the soul, I know that it's not just something that you experience once. It can be very lifelong. You can go through these mini spiritual awakenings. Some of them are major developments. Some of them are more low-key and under the radar. But nonetheless, still equally important. One thing I can say is that with a spiritual awakening, you do become more content. And more paradoxically, you see things you want to change about yourself. You know, those patterns, habits, and belief systems that no longer serve you. In my experience, I've become more aware of other people's energy. So I keep in mind that it could have a negative impact. But more importantly, I realize it's what I answer to. It's what I decide to... It's who I decide to give my energy to, or what I decide to give my energy to. I finally realized that the way people treat you has absolutely nothing to do with you. If a person is mean to you, if a person treats you like you're garbage, it's how they feel about themselves. I'm not going to say that's what they are, because it's quite the opposite. What I'm saying is, people can only give you what they know. The devil you know, so to speak. People can only give you what's in them, what they have cultivated. Everyone has an equal shot of being positive and negative and all that falls in between. But when you just simply be your best, you really start to let all the rest flow through and work on your behalf. When you invest in being your greatest version, you don't have to worry about all the rest. but it's important to serve your soul's purpose. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. You don't have to have all the answers. In fact, it's what you don't know that is the most empowering. All the potential lies in what you don't know. And my motto is, I know what I don't know. I'm aware of my limitations. I'm aware of my ignorance. I'm aware that what I know is just a very minuscule fraction of all that is. But I also see that I have the ability to push my limitations. Those self-imposed limitations. Now another thing, if you decide not to talk or speak to a person, the person who feels like they're being ignored needs to realize that it has nothing to do with them, but everything to do with that person. If a person does not want to speak to you, it's because they're working on themselves, low-key. It's because they realize that what's taking precedence in their life is the top priority. You know, it can go either way. Either you can be the person who, you know, stops talking to an individual, or you're the person who's getting ignored. I've experienced both, and I see both perspectives. On the one hand, you wonder, why isn't this person getting back to me? What have I done for them to ignore me? You know, if everything was well, what happened? But on the other hand, you realize, you know, I'm not really speaking to anyone at this point because I'm investing in myself. And I'm cutting out some old tendencies that no longer positively serve me. It's all about me, and I'm not throwing shade at the other person. That is what my experience has been so far. And, you know, I even made a video about rejection, and if you can withstand rejection and let the experience strengthen your heart, you are most definitely on the right path. But it's not meant for you to carry the burdens of the world. It's meant for you to acknowledge them and let them go. Be an exemplary role model of what to be. Role model what the world must be, what the world is meant to be. Role model in an ideal world. Be all that you seek. Be your best, and you don't have to worry about all the rest. I'm not going to say forget all the rest, but you don't have to worry about all the rest when you are your best. So now, how great other people want you to be, not how great you think you should be, or not how great you believe greatness ought to be, but quite simply being your best by making progress every day. It's the same thing for your vibration. If you are to have a higher vibration, you have to raise it. You have to do things that make you feel more positive, things that make you think more positive, and ultimately make you a more positive you. The same thing boils down to chakras. You can try to activate your third eye and crown chakras all you want. But until you get your root and sacral chakras in check, you're going to be out of balance. Because most people neglect the root chakra, which is the first chakra. When it's out of balance, it makes you feel worried, anxious, depressed, and totally insecure. it's a matter of working on that. It's a matter of letting yourself feel low vibrational, if that's what it takes to raise your vibration. Embrace all of your negative emotions and transmute it into an art of healing, positivity, forgiveness, enlightenment, love, joy, peace. Embrace the possibility of being free. Freedom comes in personal success. And you know, the angel number of today is 10 for me. 10 is a very strong, enlightened number. 10 has been following me around all day today. 1010 is a number I see very frequently, which is a sign that you are on the right path. You are at a very strong point of spiritual awakening. You have a very enlightened journey ahead of you. And you can expect for things to go from good to great. I mean, it's just going to be amazing. But it comes from a place of pain and challenge. I got done meditating. I see it's 444 right now. I got done meditating, and it was 210, which is also a sign that you're on the right path. A very auspicious, positive number that great fortune is on your way. So if you happen to see angel numbers, just know that when you start to see them, your life is going to get better. And try not to downplay their significance. They are very important. They have invaluable worth and a unique meaning to them. That's what makes them so special. No one can be as enriched as you can with your experience with angel numbers, angel signs, or anything that is out of this world. The same thing applies to the power of self-actualization or being your best. Addressing where you are, working on that, embracing your progress and all you do right, and climbing up the ladder, so to speak, as we speak, and doing it for you. Being self-love, being self-compassion, being all that you can be and then some, with no strings attached. Just letting it flow out of you. Be your best. That's all it takes to reign your kingdom. Realize that you are love, light, joy, peace, bliss, harmony, and enlightenment. And I would like to urge you to serve your soul's purpose to the fullest. Step outside of your comfort zone and say, I am ready to receive all the blessings and abundance that is meant for me. You deserve it, you are worth it, and you are it. Be your best. Do it for yourself. And I guarantee you that it'll all work out in the end. All is well. All is well. Above all, you are healing in transmutation. You are all that is wealthy, healthy, prosperous, abundant, positive, and of a higher vibration of frequency. And whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you meditate on becomes. All the power lies in your hands. Wield that power and be your best. So if you haven't already, subscribe to Sovereign and Supreme over on YouTube. Share the channel with your friends and family. Check out my new blog, mymiraclemeditations.com. I will be posting that in the comment section below. Donate to the channel if you haven't already. If you feel like it, you can do that to help the business and the community grow. And just remember is that whatever you put your hands to is golden. Your gold. And more importantly, more accurately, everything you put your hands to is gold because you are pure platinum. Reign your kingdom and be your best. Love you all. Take care and embrace who you are meant to be.